Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tim here with the TMA Connection. They're a podcast that is focusing on the people that are making a difference in the lives of others. And man, we got a good one here today, folks. Yes, back for her second time, about 2 years ago, episode 31. If you follow the podcast, you can go back and check it out. We have Heather Volk with Harford Family House here in the studio with us today.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's Cinco de Mayo. She's looking very festive, and man, it's been a while, but you haven't changed.
Thanks.
You know, for good reasons. You know, you haven't changed that much. You know, sorry about that.
Try not to.
All right, try not to. Yeah. So you got a big event coming up, and we're gonna reintroduce for the people that didn't see the last podcast. We're going to give a little bit of an idea what Harford Family House is all about and the good things that you're doing over there. How long have you been with them now?
Gosh, over 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, or coming up on 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
Long time.
You're a pretty popular woman.
Wow.
And I say that because that episode 31 was the most downloaded podcast over all the podcast platforms. That of all, we are episode 75 today, and you were episode 31 of all. You were the most downloaded.
That's absolutely crazy.
So you're pretty popular.
I think it's the topic, the subject matter.
Yeah,
People want to know.
I think it is. Yeah, people definitely want to know. So give everybody a little bit of a background on the story of how Harford Family House started.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. So back in 1989, here in Harford County, there was a mom who had just given birth. She had a newborn. She did not have a home. She was experiencing homelessness. And a bunch of Episcopal churches, 9 Episcopal churches kind of came together and found her an apartment here in Bel Air to get her back on her feet, paid for some of her expenses for a while. I believe it was about after 3 months, she was pretty much back on her own again. Had a job, paying her own rent, doing all that good stuff. But during those 3 months while they were getting her set up, they realized, wow, we have a bigger issue here in Harford County than we knew.
Yeah.
So they started helping more people, and then it expanded out from just the faith-based community helping those experiencing homelessness. It turned into individuals and businesses here in Harford County, and it's just grown so much over the years. But I mean, when I'm still out and about, I get a lot of no, I've never heard of Harford Family House before.
Really?
So these type of opportunities are what we need more of. So more people know about us.
What made you personally get into Harford Family House?
I've been a nonprofit for most of my career after I stopped being a real estate agent.
That's right. We talked about that last time.
Before kids.
Yeah.
After kids.
Nonprofit. Okay.
So I actually was at a chamber dinner years ago and was sitting next to Robin Tomechko, who is our CEO at Harford Family House. So she was telling me all about it. And at the time, I was in between nonprofits. I was not working for a nonprofit, but kind of missed being out in the community. I was doing a job from home behind my computer, not seeing too many people, and was missing that part of the job of connecting with people and helping people. So she put me on an event committee to start fundraising for one of our events, and loved it. I was, within a few months, I believe she was reaching out, hey, I know you're a nonprofit prior to, we have a position opening up. Let me know if you know anyone looking for a job. I'm like, do I want to get back into the nonprofit or not? But 8 years later, here I am. So and I went through a divorce, and lucky for me, having the support of my family and friends, which a lot of people who are experiencing homelessness, that's a big thing. They don't have the support of family and friends, and it's just all on them or people from the community helping them out. So not that I could have easily my ex-husband was very supportive and whatever, we were great, but I could see where not having support the way I did, where someone could easily fall into despair and homelessness for sure. Yeah. So it touched my heart once I found out exactly everything they do. When people talk about someone that's experiencing homelessness, you just assume drugs or they're lazy or all kinds of things that can happen. And of course, we may have some of that as well, but there's so many different scenarios that people don't realize.
Is there a count on how many homeless people are currently in Harford County?
There is. We kind of have. There's a waiting list. So how it works in Harford County, if someone becomes homeless, they go to Harford Community Action Agency, kind of do a check-in there.
Okay.
And they're put on a list. Unfortunately, a very long waiting list.
Oh, wow.
Because there's not enough of us out there.
Yeah.
For all the needs. So there is a waiting list. It kind of is. It works like, I hate to say it, but how homeless are you? Like, are you couch surfing? Or
Okay.
are you living in your car? Or are you living in a motel? If you have a roof over your head, well, someone who's literally in a tent in the woods might take priority.
Has a little bit more priority. Yeah. Wow. So how is Harford Family House different from other homeless organizations as far as like their approach to helping people?
Yeah. So what I love most about it is it's not just a handout, it's a hand up. So yes, we're putting a roof over someone's head, but we're giving them the resources to succeed once they are ready to move on, which a lot of organizations do that as well. But what I also love, and this touched my heart when I first met with Robin, was one of our locations. We have 2 locations now. So we've grown since I think last met you.
Oh.
Oh no. I can't
2023.
Okay, so we had merged.
Okay.
But our location in Aberdeen, we actually own an apartment building. So a lot of times if a family becomes homeless, mom and kids go here, but dad has to go there. Like they get separated. Because we have an apartment building and it's separate living quarters, we can keep that family dynamic together, which is awesome.
Huge.
So that's cool. So when a family comes to Harford Family House in Aberdeen, they move into an apartment. It's completely furnished for them, all from donations from the community. And when they are ready to move on, they can take whatever they want from that apartment. So they're saving a huge expense of having to furnish a new apartment space that they're moving into. And then our location in Bell Camp is more of your typical shelter experience where there's beds for men, beds for women, almost like communal living type, like 26 beds for men, 6 beds for women, separate, but they're all come together for a meal at nighttime.
Oh, wow.
We have volunteers that come in at 365 days a year that prepare a meal for all the residents, but prepare and serve it, which is awesome.
Wow.
So that's a great volunteer opportunity too if anyone's looking to get a small group together to come in and prepare dinner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
What a great way to
experience.
serve.
It's a great
Literally.
experience.
Yeah. What other, you mentioned the apartment building and you mentioned the meals every night, every day. What are some of the other ways that you're providing support for people that are homeless?
Yeah. So we have a couple different programs at Harford Family House. We have our emergency shelter, which is our Bell Camp location, and then transitional housing is kind of where they will transition up to Harford Family House in Aberdeen. We have and that's where you can stay for, case managers tell them 6 months to a year, depending on their situation. Everyone's different. If they're meeting with their case managers, they're applying for jobs, applying for housing, doing everything they're supposed to do. When their time's up, we're not going to say you have to leave. You know, I mean, everyone knows that the housing is expensive out there right now.
Yeah.
So that's one of our biggest struggles too, is just finding affordable housing. And then in our Bell Camp location, it's a shorter stay. It's a 90-day stay there, and then they have to exit the program. But they can come back 30 days later if needed, which is nice. So we have a transitional, and then we have a Ready by 21 program where we work with the Department of Social Services, DSS, for young adults that are exiting the foster care system. So they may not, you know, some kids coming out of that system don't get the support.
They're just not ready.
And they're not ready to go out on their own either.
Right.
So we will work with them, and they will come and stay with us as well, which is great when we have room. And then we have a permanent supportive housing, and that is when someone in the family has a diagnosed disability. So they actually can stay with us forever if they wanted to. Of course, we encourage them to find housing and move on, but it's a program that.
But you're saying it's a step. You're helping them with a step up. So you're putting things into this time frame of how long they can stay there to help them get to a point where they can go out on their own.
Right. Yeah. Whether it's sitting down with them, we have volunteers that come and help with resume writing, financial literacy. healthy habits with the kids. We have homework club for the kids as well. We do a couple camp activities in the summertime for the kids to keep them busy when they're not in school. So all kinds of, they're almost weekly. We have someone coming in that's volunteering their time to give back to help better the lives of our residents. Voices of Hope, we work super close with. They are at our shelter in Bell Camp a lot, dealing with addiction.
Yes.
People with addiction. So
with Chris Reeves.
Right. Yeah.
He's a character,
Chris
isn't
is
he?
Great. He's awesome.
He's an amazing guy.
Yep.
Really,
Love him.
He's got energy that far exceeds 2 cups of coffee.
I don't think he sleeps.
He doesn't
does
sleep.
Not sleep.
He does not sleep. He is always on the go, always networking, always getting out there and talking to people. And
yeah, if anyone needs to work on their networking skills, tune into Chris every morning. Almost every morning he is going on social media and talking about what's coming up in terms of networking that week, which is awesome. Yeah, he's in 2 of my groups, so I see him at least twice a week.
Oh, really? What group do you commonly frequent?
There's a Tuesday group that's actually Chris's group up in Cecil.
Okay,
Cecil
is that
County,
Grounded Coffee?
The Grounded Coffee one.
Yeah,
that
you
one's awesome. I do.
Okay,
it's an early morning on Tuesday.
It is 8 a.m. 8 a.m.
Yes, I have to leave. I have to leave my house at 7 a.m. to get there, but it's totally worth it.
Oh, really?
Not only for who we're networking with, because that's a great group, but the coffee.
Oh, yeah?
There's the Snoop Dogg latte and the Martha, Snoop's bestie, which are amazing. They're so good.
Little plug there.
Yes.
This episode is sponsored by Grounded Coffee and Snoop.
The Snoop Dogg.
The Snoop Dogg. Wow. You began to mention this before about misconceptions of people being either lazy or just not putting in the effort in life. Right. Are there other misconceptions that people have that you could really clear up for people knowing this kind of population?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the drug use. They've always been homeless. Like their parents were homeless, and now that's why they're going to be homeless too. Or, I mean, that's what we get mostly.
I feel like I just going through life and with everything being so expensive, or life changes that come and maybe aren't welcomed, like you lose a job or something. Like we're a society that we're just living almost paycheck to paycheck sometimes, where I could easily see where, a couple bad weeks in a row and you could be really in trouble.
Exactly.
Exactly. So.
Yeah. House fires. We've had families come that had
a
house burned down.
Yeah.
Or divorce situations, domestic abuse. We had a woman. Oh my gosh, amazing story. She was a single mom of 5 kids. Came to our program. She was fleeing domestic abuse and could have stayed with us for up to a year if she needed to. She was so motivated. She was out of there in 4 months. Successfully exited the program and is doing great.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's what it's all about right there. That's cool.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you guys are facing at Harford Family House right now?
Just not enough space. We are planning a big expansion coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
In 2026. So our location in Bell Camp that serves the 26 men and 6 beds for women. We're expanding the shelter to serve more women. Okay. Which will be awesome. I believe it's 8 more beds. And then also we're going to be able to offer emergency shelter for families. We'll have a couple of units down there for that as well.
Oh, wow.
But that's going to cause a big bump in how much we have to fundraise.
Oh,
so
okay.
We are going to need the help of the community more than ever.
Yeah, definitely.
In the next year or so. So that's probably funding, not knowing what's happening too with all of our funding and our grants. So far, so good, but...
I was going to ask that. How has the cuts in government funding, has that been a significant issue? Not for you guys.
Not yet, but...
Because I know that state and federal funds are kind of tied together somehow, some way, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some things we're not sure about yet, or we're told it's okay, it's coming, it's just delayed type stuff, but...
Okay.
So far, so good. So fingers crossed.
Sure. Now, you do have a fundraising event that's coming up.
We do.
And Susan Stover, shout out to her. She's a lender with APG Federal Credit Union, but she's also involved with Harford Family House.
Yes.
And so she's the reason why we're here today.
Yeah.
But we of course knew each other from before. So
Right.
So you guys have a huge event coming up.
Yes.
And we definitely want to get the word out about this. So
this is a
me.
really fun event. This event was created years ago as just a real casual networking event. Let's meet up in beautiful Havre de Grace on the water, have some drinks and network. And the second year after we did it, we were trying to figure out ways to how we can raise even more money, because we had ticket sales and sponsorships. It's pretty much how we brought in money for that event in a silent auction. I love crowdfunding, which is that peer-to-peer fundraising where you find people in the community to fundraise for you, because they're introducing Harford Family House to all of their contacts too. So it's a great way to get the name out there. So we're like, how can we bring crowdfunding to this event? So Ahoy is the name of it. So obviously it has a nautical theme. It's on the water at La Banque and Havre de Grace on May 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. Crossroads Bistro is our caterer. So we've given it sub-themes throughout the years. We started with Gilligan's Island. We've done the Brady Bunch. We've done The Wizard of Oz. We did Grease. We did superheroes. Last year was 80s musical icons, and this year is The Love Boat. So we try to pick a theme that there's people associated with it. Anywhere between 10 to 15 people. So the cast of Love Boat has been casted within our community. And then, because there's only, I believe, 6 main characters from the TV show, if you can remember back.
That was before my time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, right.
So there was always amazing guest stars. So we even had 3 guest stars. So that's how we upped our numbers with our community fundraisers.
I actually watched it a lot.
It was great. I mean, great show. But yeah, they're doing great already. I think they're close to $5,000. We give each fundraiser a goal of about $2,500 to fundraise. Some of them will blow that out of the water and really kill it. And so we're hoping that the cast themselves will bring in anywhere between $25,000 to $30,000, and then of course we have sponsorships and then ticket sales as well to help us fundraise.
Is this your biggest fundraiser of the year?
No, not our biggest.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Probably our biggest that brings in the most money with the least overhead would be Home Runs for the Homeless, and that's our next event after Ahoy. That one's in July. We do that at Ripken Stadium. So any baseball players, softball players out there, let me know. We're looking for foursomes for that. Great event. It's not an all-day event unless you want it to be. You could just come out for maybe about an hour. You hit some pitches off the pitching machine. You get scored on it, and it's really cool. I mean, I love baseball. I grew up a huge Orioles fan, so it's probably one of my favorite events. And then we have a golf tournament on August 4th at Maryland Golf and Country Club too. So looking for sponsors and foursomes for that event too.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, we're very busy this summer.
Yeah. But you love what you do.
I love what I do.
You love what you do. So even if people can't attend the events, how can people get more involved with what you're doing?
Well, particularly with Ahoy, even if you can't attend the event, certainly log on to our website or our social media where we will be promoting our fundraisers, our cast members, our cruise director, our captain, Captain Stubing.
That's right.
And
Not
Isaac.
that I watched it.
Gopher. I mean, you have to, I won't embarrass all of our cast members, but you probably know most of them. You have to go see who they are. So all of their they all have their own fundraising links. So you can click on it and fundraise 25, 50, whatever you want to donate to their fundraising efforts, which is awesome.
Okay.
But getting involved in other ways, coming for a tour. I love to give tours of Harford Family House.
Yeah.
So come up for a tour. It takes half hour, 45 minutes just to see the apartment, talk to case managers, learn more about our programs, go down into our area where we keep all of our donations. But it's very eye-opening to come to either location, either the Aberdeen location or...
Has anybody ever done like a video tour up there where you kind of get an idea of...
It's in the works. I mean, during COVID, my boss and I did one, and it was so cheesy.
Yeah.
It was terrible because no one could come in person. So we made like our own with a cell phone, literally.
Gotcha.
But we are in the works of doing a more professional one.
We're going to talk.
Okay.
We're going to talk after this episode.
Great.
See,
Awesome.
might have a proposition for
Okay.
you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Volunteers. So many volunteer opportunities, whether it's, like I said, when a family moves out of one of our apartments, we have volunteers come in, they will clean it, and they get it set up for a new family that's coming in, which is such a rewarding opportunity to be able to get it ready for a family that's coming in. Any landscapers out there, we're always doing landscaping, mulching, painting, and then again, the preparing of dinners down at our Bell Camp location. Is every night, so 365 days a year.
That's a huge operation, and to have the organization to get people to come in and scheduling in them and all that. Wow.
Yeah, and if we ever have any last minute cancellations, we can count on Donnie Testerman from Testerman Electric to hook them up with pizza.
Oh,
which is awesome.
Yeah,
another great guy in the community. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
In regards to the event, your Ahoy event, what are you looking? What are some of the highlights that people are going to experience if they come?
Oh, well, I didn't mention this. So, how I said our community members are fundraising.
Yeah.
The one who raises the most money will receive the Buoy of Hope at the event.
Okay.
They get crowned with the Buoy of Hope. So,
okay.
And they'll all be dressed up in their costumes again. They get introduced. One of our cast members is Gary the Bopper Baker. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to meet him or see him perform, but he is amazing.
Gary the Bopper Baker.
You need to meet him.
Okay.
He performed at an event that we were the beneficiary of last Christmas. It was a Motown Christmas event that Big Blue Wave production put on for us.
Okay.
And Gary did a little gig there, and I was like, who is that guy? We need him at our next event. So he did. He came to our Shrimp and Bull Roast and performed along with the DJ, but he sings like the greatest all oldies.
Yeah.
Just cover singer, but so
phenomenal.
Fun. So fun. So he's one of our guest stars on the Love Boat.
Okay.
So I think he's going to perform a little bit at Ahoy too for us.
Okay.
Along with Sam O'Hara, who will be playing acoustic guitar and singing.
So will you have dinner?
Dinner. Yep. Light fare, bar, beer, wine. We'll have a signature drink, probably some kind of fun, tropical rum, something.
Yeah.
Fruity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cast may arrive by boat. We're seeing what we can work out.
That would be pretty cool. That's a beautiful facility over there.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have to be careful of the tides, though, and what kind of boat we're bringing in. So we'll see.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we can't. We're on the boat.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. For somebody who's listening, they're feeling moved by all this. What's the best way that they can support your work? Is it just financial?
Probably finance. I mean, finance. You can never have too much money.
Yeah.
Finance, but if you
it's a lot. I mean, how many? What you said? How many people are you working with that are currently? If you're filled to capacity.
We served 355 people last year. So at one time, I mean, at the shelter alone in Bell Camp, 32.
Okay.
At one time there, and then up in Aberdeen between our apartment and a couple off-site properties, 35 to 40 more. People, and that's just families.
But then 355 total over the course of the year. That's got to get expensive. Yeah.
One, I didn't bring this up, but last year, and I like to bring this up during any sort of interview because people in Harford County, like, there is not an issue in Harford County with homelessness. Like, you may see a guy here or woman there that's asking for money, but I believe the number was 357 Harford County public students were considered, they could qualify for homelessness services, meaning they were couch surfing, living in their car, living in a hotel. They didn't have a place to live.
Students.
Just here in Harford County. Students. Isn't that amazing? And that's a low number. It's usually in the 4s.
Wow.
Yeah. So there is an issue here in Harford County. You don't see it. It's not hidden on purpose, but it's hidden.
Right.
It's in the woods. It's tents in the woods. It's people living in their cars and parking lots.
Do you ever experience where people don't want the help? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's at our location in Bell Camp, there's a tent encampment right behind it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And they're just
choosing to be there.
Okay.
Instead of coming into the shelter, they're
right?
opening. Yeah. There's rules. You have to follow the rules, and some people just don't want to follow the rules.
Yeah.
So.
But you're helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people. If people want to get more involved with volunteering, what are some of the opportunities there, and how can people reach out?
Yeah, so go on our website. There's a tab for volunteerism. You can fill out an application online, and our amazing Kaylee will reach out to you. She's fabulous. She does our social media too for anyone that follows us on social media. But yeah, she'll put you to work, whether it's a group or just a single person that wants to come out and help.
Yeah.
We'll find something for you. She's really good at finding out what your passion is, what you'd want to do, not just putting a paintbrush in someone's hand that doesn't want to paint.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. I've done that before.
Bad idea for me. Not a good painter.
I've had someone paint that probably shouldn't have painted.
And then you had to go and redo it.
So,
yeah,
she's good at finding out exactly what you want to do.
And what's the website, and what's your and social media?
HarfordFamilyHouse.org is the website.
Okay.
And then we are super active on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
Always fun.
It was fun. It's fun. You're a person that has just a lot of positive energy. Really appreciated meeting you the first time, and then of course, I mean, that positive energy comes across because so many people download it, and they're going to download this one even more.
Just jinxed it. No one's going to listen.
No. We are so much better than we were last time. I mean, now we got 3 cameras,
right? Look at this.
And big mics
Fancy.
and all this good stuff. A nice studio, But I do encourage people to follow you guys on social media, to get more involved, and you are doing great things, and you're just a blessing of energy.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And enjoy your Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Please follow Harford Family House. If you haven't followed us yet, please follow us on all the platforms. So you can download our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But then you can also watch it on YouTube. And we might just do something special with Harford Family House if I can convince Heather to take me up on it. So that's to be continued. Yay. All right. So thank you for joining us today.
All right.
Until next time.
Thanks, Tim.
Live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Did you like this episode of the TMA Connection? Well, you might want to check this one out right here. Go ahead. Click it. Go ahead.